Star Wars Legacy is by far the most influential set of science fiction films that have ever graced the silver screen. If you were to add the total amount of money made from all of the films put together in both domestic and worldwide box offices, you would get $9,751,362,702.33. Anyway, are there deeper lessons to learn from Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader? It's time for another stellar edition of Mussar from Movies. Return of the Jedi. In what was the last film of the cinema timeline, but has now become the end of the second trilogy, it's confusing, I know. The story of Darth Vader comes to a close. The saga centered itself on this tragic figure who fell from innocence and goodness to evil incarnate, the cruel and unforgiving right hand of the evil empire. And the films do a good job showing us just how good little Anakin fell from grace and became a Padawan murderer. At the end of Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker meets with his father. Okay, that is not a spoiler, okay? If you didn't know that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father, there's nothing I can do for you. If you haven't watched these films, there's no spoiler alerts on films that are like legendary and 30 years old. There just aren't. Anyway, Luke Skywalker meets his father, Darth Vader, for the very last time in an epic battle between good and evil. Luke doesn't want to kill his father and become evil, so Emperor Palpatine decides to kill Luke with his evil Force magic. And it is at this moment that we learn about the power of teshuvah.
Luke, help me take this mask off.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now. Just for once, let me look on you with my own eyes.
Go, my son. Leave me.
No, you're coming with me. I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have. Luke. You were right.
The Gemara in Masechtas Avodah Zarah tells us of a story of a man by the name of Eliezer ben Duradia. He prided himself on being a connoisseur of the world's oldest profession. And one day he heard about a purveyor of goods from this particular industry that was supposed to be legendary. And so the Gemara describes in depth how this man went to incredible lengths, spent an enormous amount of money to partake in this particular bad behavior. And just as the act was about to begin, Eliezer ben Duradia had an epiphany. He realized that he wasn't going to go to Olam Haba, that he had debased his body so much that he became more animal than man. And so he goes out into the fields and he cries, and the Gemara goes into great depth about a conversation that he has with several entities that it's really, really deep. But at the end of the Gemara, he essentially cries himself to death. He was filled with so much regret and so much sorrow for his horrible actions that was teshuvah. That he had essentially changed a complete 180-degree turn. And a bas kol went out and said, "Welcome, Reb Eliezer ben Duradia." So Meforshim ask, how could it be that you give the title Reb to someone who lived his entire life in sin and in the last few minutes does complete tshuva? How do you give the title of that he's a teacher? And the answer is that we learn from this case that there is no such thing as being too far away from God. That all it takes is the amazing power of teshuvah to bring someone back, a complete 180. And oftentimes people could feel down about themselves. They might feel unwilling to grow or to do more because they feel, who am I? I've done so many things wrong. How can I do teshuvah? How can I possibly come back to Hashem? And the answer is, you can always come back to Hashem. There's no such thing as too far. Just like we see in the case of Eliezer ben Duradia, and how Darth Vader could do teshuvah and once again return to his original self, Anakin Skywalker. Anyway, thanks for watching this edition of Mussar from Movies. What did you think about it? Please let me know in the comment section below. Also, my sister Elisheva revamped my website, thewonderingjew.com. I have to start putting up articles. I've just been really busy lately, but go ahead and check it out and let me know what you think. Also, you can find me on Facebook. Just follow the links down below. Thank you so much for watching. Click this link if you'd like to see another Mussar from Movies, and I will see you next time, Be'ezras Hashem. Click it. You can click it if you want. It'll take you right to the video. Yes, the video is still going. Okay.